going to be banned. But I would say that at the time Vance arrived in Europe, there was a new and even more troubling case of this electoral interference that of the sort that Vance would call backsliding on democracy. And that was last November, Romania held an election. Now in Romania, Romania is one of, more than any other Eastern European country, Romania is a place where the same political establishment has remained in power since the Cold War, and the people are very impatient with it now. And there was a populist candidate named Călin Georgescu who started attacking this elite, both parties, both the center-right and the center-left part of it. He started questioning Romania's support for the war in Ukraine, and he started producing very exciting TikTok videos. And we laugh, but that's politics today. In the first round, not only did he win, but the two main establishment parties were eliminated altogether. And so it was clear that the establishment was done, no matter who won, but it looked like Georgescu was going to win. 2 days before the second round, the date of the second round, after voting had already begun, and when polls showed Georgescu winning in the polls, the Romanian authorities canceled the election on national security grounds, saying that the TikTok campaign he was running was simply too good and couldn't have been done without Russian help. And so they said they had to protect the country from Vladimir Putin and Russian disinformation. There was not one bit of concrete proof offered, and indeed the president of Romania said such proof is very, very hard to find, impossible to find was the word he used. So voters would have to take the word of the intelligence services. So the election was postponed till May. It's happening next week in Romania. And by March, it was obvious that Georgescu was ahead again, which kind of, whatever you think of the original allegations about Russian disinformation, it makes pretty clear that that was not the cause of his winning poll numbers back then. So at that point, in March, the authorities arrested him and banned him from the election. This is a ban that was just upheld in another court decision the day before yesterday. Was this ban based on new evidence they'd found regarding the election last November? No, they didn't even mention the election last November. So this is the sort of thing that Vance is talking about. Is he, I mean, obviously there's controversy about it in European countries, but is he right to be worried? I mean, really. The more complicated question is, why does Vance care about this? Why is this a priority of the Trump administration? Why is it, what's it to us if Europe has less immigration? Or even if the Romanian democracy is, upstanding. I mean, over the last 25 years, not just Democrats, but also, George W. Bush, they've been very concerned about, the rule of law and human rights and things like that. But I do think that a populist orientation is more about sovereignty and actually letting countries go their own way. And that actually means sort of like tolerating irregularities sometimes. But the answer as to why Trump and Vance are upset is I think that they have come to actually a new insight about the way the world works economically and politically. And that is, in the world of the global economy, foreign politics has kind of become less national, and it's become more partisan. And this is particularly true in Europe. And when European authorities, when the European Union, when Romanian elites influence a European national election, they're also influencing a number of international bodies to which the United States belongs. NATO, most obviously, but also various bloc-to-bloc kind of trading arrangements, and also informal groups that work together at summits. And so what I would say is that what JD Vance suspected and